And I thought I'd talk about this NFL coaching search. Um, it seems to be a bit of a controversy, not really a controversy. Some people want to make it a controversy because there was like 10 NFL coaching vacancies and not one black coach got hired. Well, there are reasons for that. But if you ask people like Ryan Clark or Jerry Brewer from The Athletic, who wrote a long article about why black coaches, they just, he wrote an article that said 10 coaching vacancies and not one black coach got hired. That tells you all you need to know. What does that even mean? It's just dumb. It's dumb. It's lowbrow. It's remedial talk. I mean, there's no nuance to it. I mean, this is your argument that, if everyone is racist, NFL owners are racist. They hired so many black coaches, so many black general managers, so many black NFL personnel. And we don't live in the era of George Floyd anymore, you know. So when NFL, what a lot of NFL coaches or what a lot of NFL owners have been doing lately is they will hire a black NFL head coach and they'll hire them for a year or two, knowing that it won't work out. So just so they can check a box, which is not good. It's just kind of a gross way of doing business, but it's the way you have to do business, so you don't appear racist. You hire a coach, he's black. You hope it works out, but if it doesn't, you get rid of him after a year or two. Look at New England, look at Denver, look at all these different places. And this goes back to where you hire coaches that aren't qualified. And you're hiring coaches based on a skin color, which is complete nonsense. NFL teams are billion-dollar entities and they want to win. And they know now that, with the rules changes and the offenses and innovation, that they have to hire a certain type of coach to be successful. And hiring these coaches that are just simply based on off of skin color, you're not going to win anything. Um, but I want to know what you think. Tell me what you think. Hit the like button. That sort of gets my video out there. This is the first time I'm going live in a while, and I'm trying to kind of fire this channel back up. So if you coming in, I'm trying to fire this channel back up, get it going. It's like a train, like a locomotive. It takes a while to get it going, back going again. Hit the like button, leave a comment. It only takes, 10, 15 seconds. Um, what do you think about the NFL coaching hires? I think that it's going exactly how I thought it would go. And these teams, again, offense is the name of the game. How long is what's his name up there in New York, the Jets head coach, Aaron Glenn? How long is he going to last? And I have nothing against Aaron Glenn. I hope he's successful. I just, it doesn't look good. Now, here's the thing: he doesn't have a quarterback, but you have to look at New England. New England went and they got their man. They got their man. Um, the Browns had New England's head coach, and they decided not to hire him, and he left and went to New England. And look, he's got him in the Super Bowl. What, first year? Because he's a motivator of men. He instills confidence, not only confidence, but schematically. He's a leader of men. And we need to have a deeper conversation as to why black coaches are not successful in the league. Why are black coaches statistically just not successful in the NFL? Um, but nobody wants to have an honest conversation. You look at somebody like Jerry Brewer from The Athletic, and he said, "Oh, well, these NFL owners are jokes, they're clowns, they're buffoons, they don't know what they're doing." Okay, that's a lowbrow argument. That's a dumb argument. Okay. Um, Matter of fact, where is I don't have my other phone here, but offense. Look at McVay. McVay, and we could even talk about the black quarterbacks because for a while there we were doing what was called RPO, run and pass RP offense, and long term it just doesn't work. It worked with Lamar for a while, but it doesn't work long term. Look at Sam Darnold. The most successful quarterbacks, Josh Allen from that quarterback class. Josh Allen, look at Sam Darnold now. He's in the Super Bowl. People talked about him like a dog. He's no good. He's this, he's that. Look at Sam Darnold now. He's in the Super Bowl. And I hope he wins it. I hope he wins it. I have nothing against um, the kid from New England. He seems like a fine young man, but I'm rooting for Sam Darnold. Josh Allen, I root for. Baker Mayfield, I root for. Baker Mayfield, if he could get a coach, and I know this is not popular to say, but if Baker Mayfield could get this is ridiculous. Baker Mayfield needs a coach. He doesn't have a coach that's going to lead him to the Super Bowl. He's just not. The current coach from the Tampa Bay Bucks is not going to take you to the Super Bowl. And now you're wasting Baker Mayfield's prime years. You gotta have, it's all about coach and quarterback, coach and quarterback. And you gotta have good assistant head coaches. There was just a big thing with Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin was in Pittsburgh for 20 freaking years. Was he that great? No. He took Bill Cowher's players to the Super Bowl twice. He won once. And quite frankly, there was a controversy about him winning the first one, with some of the penalties and so forth. You remember that Super Bowl against Arizona. They probably shouldn't have won that one, but whatever. Things happen. But Mike Tomlin, you know, but they hired Mike McCarthy, which was an interesting hire. That was an interesting hire. I'm actually, me being a Browns fan, you know, I kind of hope it doesn't work out, but I kind of do. I think that this could work out perfectly for Mike McCarthy in Pittsburgh. Um, the Dallas thing was bound not to work. I don't think that was. I don't think that was going to work. But Mike McCarthy in Pittsburgh just seems to fit. Tell me what you think. It just seems to be a natural fit. He's from the area. Teams, and by the way, it looks like the Raiders are going to hire Kubiak, Seattle's offensive coordinator, which is probably a good hire. Um, I wanted to see the Browns hire um, the defensive coordinator, and my mind is going blank. I guess it's just nerves going live for the first time. I used to go live all the time, but my mind is going blank. The defensive coordinator from the Browns, and he was my guy. Instead, they hired Munkin, which I thought was okay. People, it's sort of, you know, but Munkin's an offensive man. He's an offensive head coach. He's an offensive assistant coach, and he's got Shador. He seemed to do pretty good with Lamar Jackson up there in Baltimore. So we'll see. We'll see what happens, guys. I'm just like I said. I told you before. We're just starting this channel back up, firing it back up. I was, and so I figure I'm gonna do shorts. I'm gonna upload a couple shorts. So if you're tuning in right now, hit the like button and but subscribe so you can get my shorts. I'm gonna upload a couple shorts, and I'm gonna go live too. And I might not get a lot of views live, but I'm gonna go live too. So if you want to see me or hear me, I'm gonna do something a little different this time. I'm just gonna tell it like it is. I don't care, try not to get in trouble with YouTube, but we need to talk about subjects in an open, honest way. And I'm just, I was listening to Jason Whitlock. A lot of people don't like Jason Whitlock because they say, oh man, that's coon lock, fat lock, and all this kind of stuff. Because they figure, well, he's selling out, but he's telling the truth. Now, Jerry Brewer, who works for the Athletic, Jerry Brewer, who works for the Athletic, wrote a long article about, uh, but he never gave any substance. He never gave any substance. He talks about, well, 10 NFL openings and no black head coaches got hired. But all he does is give victimhood. He never gives any substance as to why no black head coaches ever got hired. Well, the NFL is a large, large business, and teams want to win. And they understand that, many black head coaches or many black coaches don't have the offensive background or leadership skills. It's just the bottom line. Now, I'm sure that they're out there, but you got to dig and you got to search. What's his name he was the head coach of the San Diego Chargers or Los Angeles Chargers. And, these people like this, these are assistants at best. Now, Stefanski, who coached Cleveland for years, I was never a big Stefanski guy. I never thought Stefanski was that great of a head coach, ever. But he got hired in Atlanta, of all places, Atlanta. This should be interesting. I want to see what happens. Um, I would love to see what happens. And they already try to paint him racist. Oh man, because he didn't handle the Shador situation properly. And so they trying to like quasi subtly paint him some sort of racist. It's unbelievable. Jamel Hill, the same culprits. Ryan Clark, Cam Newton, Jamel Hill, Jerry Brewer, all these clowns. These are clowns. DEI hires in the media who would have never had a job 25, 30 years ago. But it's just the bottom line. I mean, we need to have an open, honest discussion about why black head coaches are not being hired in 2026. I didn't think they would be. For a while there, they were getting hired a lot, but again, I think a lot of that was pressure, outside pressure. Tell me what you think. Do me a favor, guys. We're starting the channel back up. It's like a locomotive. It takes a while for it to get to chugging. If you hit the like button, it would help us a lot. Give us some momentum, some encouragement. And all it takes is 10 seconds. Hit the like button. If you're an NFL fan or a sports fan, leave a comment. That just takes 10, 15 seconds. So thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I appreciate it. I appreciate each and every one of you. Take it easy. Peace.